You click this video because you want to know the best teams and equipment for either Gogeta Blue, the new Ultra, or DBS Broly, the new Legends Rarity unit, accordingly based on the thumbnail and title that you pressed. Do me a favor, like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I have a lot of content here that you'll like, and I do have plans to post some more PvP guides going forward. Rebranded, you could say. Let's get into this. Right, so what I like to do is show you one of the best teams, if not the best team that you could run according to the tag. So in this case, it's powerful opponents, but it's also Saiyans. It's really just a mix of both, with Gogeta on the leader slot. In this case, he does buff God Ki, so he does actually support Rose, but his ultra ability is Fusion Warrior. So if you take him off the leader slot and you put Rose or Broly on the leader slot, you'll be messing with the Z abilities and ultra abilities. So it's best to make the core either Saiyans or powerful opponents. So in this case, I've got Rose and Broly, but these are not the only guys you can use. There are a lot of more powerful units that you could put together on a team, and I'm going to run through some of them in the character list right now to help you guys out. So if we go to the character list right here, right, and I actually look at the ultras, I'm going to make sure that all of them are available, so my not acquired as well, because I don't have everybody. Out of the blues here, wouldn't recommend. The greens, you could potentially use, you know, Super Saiyan 4 Goku. So this is like Saiyans slash powerful opponent, both. So I'll run through Saiyans first so it makes it easier for you, because Saiyans is quite a broad tag as well. So you can go to the character tags and then filter out so it's only Saiyans, right? Out of the blues, none of them. Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Goku can be very useful, but if you're going to run him, make sure you have Legends Limited Super Saiyan 4 Goku as well, because this guy is contingent on having at least one yellow unit, not yellow unit, GT unit on the team, so it kind of bars him that way to get his full potential. You can also look at the purples here, those guys are buns. The yellows, I could recommend this guy here, Ultra Super Saiyan Goku, the KO guard, but I'd recommend at least 2 copies or 3 copies. We've also got Ultra UI, I'd recommend at least 3 copies, but even then he'll be lackluster, and it's going to be a very skill-based game that you're going to be playing. You're going to have to outplay your opponent. And in terms of the red, we've obviously got Gogeta since we're using him, and in anything else that I don't have, maybe Ultra Majin Vegeta, but he's not as good as he once was. Now we go to the legend section. Here we're already using Rose and we're already using Broly, but we do also have the guy here, Super Vegito and Bardock. Basically every legend unit except this Super Saiyan 3 Goku can be used alongside the new Ultra Gogeta Blue. Now if we go to our Legends Limiteds, because there's a lot here. Out of all of the blues, maybe Blue UI at the max, but the rest of them are not good. In regard to the green, I would mention Fusing Gogeta, Super Gogeta, Fusion Reborn. He's actually quite quality in terms of sub counts up, nullifying endurance. He can get you places, but try have a decent amount of stars on him. I have him at 9 and he does wonders. His defenses aren't the best though. In terms of the purples, Nappa and Vegeta are fantastic. They're actually up there with their platinum equipment. In terms of the yellow, I already mentioned this guy here. He's very good, but you must use the Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I'd recommend those two come as a pair. And in regards to the other yellows, I wouldn't recommend any of them. In regards to the reds, I have none. And in regards to the characters I don't have, I wouldn't recommend any of them either. And if I just want to go to sparking just for sake, if you want to run anybody, let me see if there's anybody worth mentioning. In terms of the blues, definitely not. In terms of the greens, maybe this Goku can get you decent results, but he'll probably get melted. His offenses are not the worst though if you do want to run him. In terms of the purples, nobody I'd recommend. In terms of the yellows, nobody I'd recommend that I haven't already at least. And in terms of the reds, pretty much the same situation. If you do have Paragus though, he can actually give you good results. I've seen him be very, very annoying against the people that he goes against. But besides from that, the Saiyans, that's pretty much it. Now we gotta run through some powerful opponents since I kind of mashed the two together. So if we go to the tag select again, find powerful opponent, we're gonna start in the ultra section. Out of these ultras here, honestly, I'd only recommend Ultra Kid Buu here and Ultra Buuhan. But remember that Ultra Buuhan is quite glass in the face of a blue. And I'd also say about Kid Buu, it's not that he's bad, there's just maybe better options in the powerful opponent section or the Saiyan section in general. Everybody else I'd pretty much just disregard. If we go to Legend Limited, I'll just put them together. In regards to the blue, I already mentioned Rose over there. Greens, Broly already in the mentions. Purples, Nappa and Vegeta already been mentioned. In terms of the yellows, I've seen somebody say potentially Janemba, and the yellow Goku Black with the platinum equipment test him out and see how he goes. And in terms of the red, when legendary Super Saiyan Broly gets one, he could be valid as well. Fusion 13 is a big baller pick. This guy here, he's on Broly's banner, so a lot of people are going to have him and he can get you good results. And I think that's pretty much it. There shouldn't be any sparkings that really catch your eye in terms of powerful opponents. Unfortunately, I guess again you could mention Paragus, but that's about it. So yeah, that's it regarding powerful opponents slash Saiyans, because it's basically kind of the same thing as you can see on the screen. We'll get to the bench and the leader slot later. I have segments for that as this video is timestamped. Now naturally, because this is a Fusion Warrior, a lot of people would want to run Fusion Warriors with the new Ultra Gogeta Blue, and I think the best team you could run would be Fusion 13, who I do not have, so I'm using the sparking as a placeholder, but the Legend Limited Blue one with Revival Blue there. You would also have Ultra Gogeta Blue, so you have the red, and then you got Legend Rarity Super Vegito. But if you don't have these guys, or at least not one of them at least, because you're going to need at least 2 of these guys, I feel like, the other options that you have, so if I just go to my filter, the Ultras, there's pretty much nobody. I'm not even going to get your hopes up. It's literally just Ultra Gogeta Blue. Maybe CMZ if you have him like 12 stars, but he's pretty glass. But depending on how you play, you can utilize him. Legend, I already mentioned, Super Vegito. And in terms of Legends Limited, the only one that's worth genuinely mentioning is Fusing Super Gogeta. I mentioned him earlier in the powerful opponent slash Saiyan segment. This guy here is good for timer counts up. He basically gets a second life with the way he heals, but as long as he doesn't get one-shotted. Even pre-transform, he has the half health break. When his health gets the halfway, he's going to break the enemy's combo, and he can also nullify endurance very easily in this meta where there's a lot of people with endurance. This guy can be a threat offensively. At 9 stars, he's really good offensively, but defensively, he's not the best, so just be careful about that. But in regards to everybody else, maybe Zamasu as well if you have him high stars, but for the most part, the rest of the Fusion Wars are absolutely buns. You do not want to use them. So yeah, like I said, Fusion 13, the blue one, I do not have him. If you want to see exactly who he is, let me actually bring him up. So we have to go to Androids, unfortunately. Actually, just go to Legends Limited because it's easier. There, at the bottom, he's only a Fusion Warrior post transform. That's why he doesn't come up on the filter, but he's someone you can definitely use and he will give you good results. Now we got some leader slot options depending on how you wanted to build your team. So in this case, we've got Ultra Trunks. If you wanted to use Rose, right, you could also build a Saiyan team, or you could build the team with Trunks and make the team Future, which could actually be as effective as the best team I showed you for powerful opponents slash Saiyans. We've got Rose here, goes without saying. I already spoke about him earlier, so it makes a lot of sense that he's here. We've got Broly, also goes without saying. He's one of the newest units of the game alongside Ultra Gogeta Blue. He will have his own video as well. We've got Legend Rarity Super Vegito. Again, he's a Fusion Warrior. He does a lot of damage. He has endurance, buff cancellation, AoE blocks. He's very good all round on the field and has a good element in general. And we've got Bardock here. Bardock with the indestructible. Even though Ultra Gogeta Blue counters him, he can also be paired very well together with him. So he's someone you want to consider when building teams in Dragon Ball Legends. And that's it for the leadership options. I thought I had one more, but I don't. So yeah, those are the leader slot guys. They're all very good picks. I'd recommend if you wanted to build a team around all of them, including Ultra Gogeta Blue, you would still get good results, 100%. Alright, so right here we got some Zenkai buffers or bench in general. Helpful bench for the red Ultra Gogeta Blue. So we got half corrupted Zamasu here. He's Zenkai boss red God Key. That's going to give Gogeta Blue a huge stat buff. The Z ability works as well. We've got Super Saiyan Goku here. He's not one of the better ones, but he's very accessible. He's going to be Zenkai buffing red Saiyan. His Z ability is not that great, as you can see. We've got Super Gogeta here. He's going to be Zenkai buffing red Fusion Warrior, and the Z ability works well. We've got Kakarot Goku here. He's going to be a HP buffer for Goku's, but note that if you run Ultra Gogeta Blue on the leader slot, you can take advantage of this guy's Zenkai buff, and his Zenkai buff is Red Saiyan, which works for Ultra Gogeta Blue. So just bear that in mind with the way you're building your team. It could be very helpful. We've got another HP buffer here. He's not Zenkai buffing Ultra Gogeta Blue, but at 14 stars, if you do have him 14 stars, this guy can HP buff Ultra Gogeta Blue, increasing his max health. You can see there it says 12% to their max base health, and it's for Fusion Warriors, which Ultra Gogeta Blue is. We've also got Red Bardock here. He's good all round. He's going to give a good Z ability for Saiyans, and Zenkai buff Red Saiyan. We've got Fusing GB, who's going to be the last guy here. If you have this unit at 14 stars, they are also a HP buffer for God Key, and that's pretty much the whole bench that I would recommend if you are running Ultra Gogeta Blue and you specifically want to buff him, because this video is for him. Now we're going to be going into some of the best equipments for Ultra Gogeta Blue. Now this one is very good, but consider you have to be running 3 Sagas from the Movies members and 3 Saiyans, so they need to be both to get the maximum out of this equipment. And you can see the first slot, HP, special move and ultimate damage, which is perfect for UGB. How you can get this is from the Ultra Space Time Rush. There's a limit to how many you can get, and with the way that they've changed the equipment awakening system, you only need the fragments and the shell now, so the memory, and then you'd be good. Before you needed to grind all the basic equipment. It is mad long, but this is very easy. You just get a bunch of these and you bring it to the equipment page, and where it says awaken, you bring it up and you're good to go. Right, so we've got this equipment here. It's impossible. I tell you, impossible. It's our first instance of a pure equipment, and I'll explain what that means in a second. You can get base health restoration on this, strike defense on the second slot up to 32%, which is a lot, and then you also get a pure slot. So here you can see 8 to 20% to blast defense when tag Saiyan or tag Potara is a battle member. Now what's still different about this slot? Why is it called a pure? Well, this one's called a pure slot because it adds pure stats to your unit, right? So if we look at the middle slot, it says base strike defense plus 31%, but with this one, it puts the percentage at the start, and it doesn't say base before the blast defense, it's just blast defense. Now that makes a huge difference to the way it applies to equipment, and the easiest way I can explain it to you is to consider this a multiplier versus the second slot a basic additional, right? So on your unit, you need to have a lot of additional stats. You keep adding stats. So you're adding this base strike defense. You will have other equipments. You add strike defense, strike defense, strike defense, right? But then if you also had a pure strike defense slot, you can multiply the amount of strike defense that you have. In this case, is pure blast defense. And because I know a lot of people are running Gogeta, they'll be running a lot of blast-based teams. I will focus on prioritizing blast defense. And in this case, this slot will come in handy, multiplying the amount of base blast defense I already have by 20%. So you only need 1 pure in most cases regarding any pure. You won't really need 2 unless you got a lot of Zenkai buffs, because those also add base stats to your unit in general, which is why you need the multiplier, aka the pure. Hopefully that makes sense. It's the easiest way I can explain it. So as we go through this video, I won't have to re-explain what a pure is. I do this in every best teams and equipments, so you can understand the core concept as I go through the rest of these equipments. We've got this equipment here, awakened worship me, give praise unto me, and you can see it gives you base strike defense, base blast defense, and then you get extra base blast attack but also pure blast attack. Note that you can also get a strike attack slot. It's kind of which one you roll, but you want to roll the blast attack pure and the blast attack base so that you can maximize Gogeta's type, because he's a range type, right? This is for Future and God Key, so it fits perfectly on him, and you can get this from the Zenkai Ultra Space Time Rush shop. I really like this equipment because it's very easily accessible. Grit of Conviction. You see on the first slot you get a bit of both base strike and base blast. You get HP on the second slot, which is always great, and on the third slot you get an overall, so it's a bit of both strike and blast. 10% to strike and blast attack if this character's episode sagas from the movies. UGB is obviously that, and you can get this from the equipment medal exchange shop. We've got this equipment here, which is very accessible as well. Advancing with the power of a god. You get base blast attack and strike defense on the first slot. You get HP on the second slot, which is great, and you get 5 to 10% to blast attack and defense if this character is tagged God Key and is for Fusion Warrior. You can see UGB basically on the front, or Gogeta Blue in general. You can get this from the PvP exchange shop, which is exactly where I am. While I'm here with you guys, let me test my luck. Come on, load up, load up, load up, load up. 2 red slots, as you can see. Ultra Bonanza's on, very easy to get. This one is solid. I like this equipment quite a bit. Awaken, base strike defense on the first slot. You get special move and base critical on the second slot, but the third slot you get to choose. So do you want to go blast defense? It's not really a choose, you just got to roll until you get the one you want. But you can go blast defense, base blast attack, and base strike attack. Now obviously I have a strike attack one, but I would have to get a blast attack one or re-roll this slot until I get a blast attack one to optimize Ultra Gogeta Blue for his offenses. And you can get this from the Zenkai Ultra Space Time Rush shop. The last one I'm going to show you here is Awakened, Finally Time to Go Wild, base strike defense here, base blast defense here, and special move damage, ultimate damage, and health restoration. This is for a more of a defensive approach if you wanted to go that way, so you're just kind of healing, but you can still do big attacks off the ultimate and special move, which is what this equip does. And how you can get this is the Zenkai Ultra Space Time Rush Shot. That's going to make the end of the video. If there's any other equipments that you guys recommend, let me know in the comment sections below, because you guys might be able to help somebody else, as I'm only one guy, but I do my best to put you guys in the best position, as I do actually play PvP frequently. I'm a 56-time God rank player. I'd say I'm quite well versed in this game, but I'm not perfect, which is why you guys helping out can also be an additional. But the video's here to give you guys that straightforward guide to put you on the right track. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you haven't already, make sure to press the subscribe button, man. We're on this grind to 200,000 subscribers. I appreciate you guys for watching, man. My name is Zakashi, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man.